Hey everybody, how y'all doing? All right, so we're uh we're starting off November with some new overlays here that I kind of fooled around with. Um, and I was trying. It was kind of funny because I was thinking about doing like some uh make it like a video kind of thing, and I kind of had an image in my head. Originally, I found this image, um, copyright free image, and I liked the background. Wasn't a huge fan of the cat. Didn't really want the cat, but the cat was part of the picture. And so I decided, you know what, we'll just keep the cat. Something cute, whatever. And then I'm like, but it'd be nicer if it was a video. So how could I make it a video? So I started looking around and playing around with the AI things, where the AI converts pictures into videos, and I've also messed around a little bit with converting pictures into animated, like live action pictures into animated pictures. But the issue you have, of course, is finding something that does something for free is very hard to do, especially in today's world. Um, Whereas lots of times people are expected to work for free, um, you know, they don't want us to expect to get things for free, you know. It's like you don't want to pay us, but you don't want to give us anything for free either. And so it's harder and harder to find free resources, especially as a content creator, because not everybody's a big streamer, not everybody is making a fortune. Some people are barely making it. So why would you invest large amount of money into things like that? So I try to find as much free stuff as I can. Occasionally, I might, find some cheap things that I pay for, but for the most part, I look for free resources. And so a lot of the AI creating things, um, they might give you a few um, creations a day kind of thing for free. And so I took this image and messed around with it a little bit, but could only do like 5-second clips, and trying to do it as a constant overlay was kind of clunky. Each time it would loop. And so I'm like, well, you know what? We'll just do the image as the background, and then we'll do a transition or stinger or whatever with the video. And I have several videos of it, some better than others. Um, the key was I wanted a video where where the wind was blowing the trees and the plants in the background. I wanted the water kind of moving a little bit, the traffic in the background moving, and then the clouds moving. And it was kind of hard to get the AI to do all that at once. So I kind of had to pick and choose things. But this is what I ended up with at the moment. I'm still kind of playing around and deciding what I want to do. Um, might change like some of the overlays above and that window thing. I might change things around a little bit. But at the moment, this is what we got. You think our data was enough payment for their services? They haven't paid us for that, have they? No. And that's the other thing with the internet. Social media makes a fortune off of our personal data. And they want a lot of these sites, like the AI sites, a lot of them, they want you to log in with your like your Google account, um, before you can do anything. The pro of it is it saves things on your account basically, so you can go back to it or whatever. But on the same token, I'm pretty sure they're selling that email address to other companies who are then going to load your email up with spam. So they're making money off of it, and then they want you to spend some more money. It's the same thing with Facebook and Twitter. All of them are making money off yours, and you don't see a dime. But why stop at social media? Banks have been that way since banks first began. You put your money in it, they promise to protect your money, but while it's in there, they're actually borrowing your money, using your money to make money, but you don't really make any money off of that at all. And if by some case you do have an interest account, it's usually like maybe 5 cents interest. You're really not making any money on it anyways. Um, And the whole thing really is a lie and a scam. Honestly, you would probably save more money by having a safe in your house and loading your cash up in your house. The downfall is the system, the way things are made up, at least in this country. I don't know about other countries. I haven't lived in any other country. But the way it's set up is you can't even get a job unless you have a bank account. Your employer wants your bank account information because most jobs, they now do direct deposit. You don't really get a written check or anything like that. They want you to have that bank account. It's the same thing. You got to have permanent address. Obviously, they be able to chase you down. They gotta have a phone number, and lots of times they want you to have a cell phone. That way, they can call you into work whenever they want, even when you're on vacation. Hey, I need you to come into work. Sorry, I'm on vacation. um, a lot of this stuff is a scam. I like one video I've seen, and of course, you see one version of it. Somebody's like remade it 50 million times. That's the thing about like TikTok and whatnot. People copy people's videos, but this one was talking about housing loans. Um, some applies to your automobile manufacturer. Having cash is basically illegal now with civil asset forfeiture. In my understanding, there was talk they wanted to do away with physical money. They wanted to have digital money completely. And the issue with that is they can track your account. They can monitor everything you're spending money on. They can shut off your account. They can steal your money. It's a lot easier to steal digital money than it is to steal physical money, to be honest with you. Because you have digital money, all somebody has to do is hack into your account. It's gone. People have already done it, hacked into your bank account. But if you have cash on your hand, for example, and don't get me wrong, I don't carry a lot of cash. But this is the difference between physical cash and digital cash. Okay? Physical cash, yes, you can be robbed, but you have to decide whether or not to give them that money. To some degree, you have a fighting chance of keeping your money. Of course, you could die in the process, so I'm not necessarily telling you to do that, but at least you have that option. Um, you can be robbed by the cops, yes. um, but you have a better chance with physical. I like the thought of having physical money. I don't think we should do away with physical money because I feel that it'll get to a point where there won't even be money. You are just going to work to survive, and if you don't work the way they want you to, then you won't survive. It's going to be kind of similar to slavery in a sense. So we have to be very careful uh, what we let them do. It's the same thing with AI. We got to be careful with AI because there's a big debate now. You go on social media right now and you look at all the nice videos, TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever. Look at them. It's gotten to the point where we'll say 80% of them are AI generated videos. They're not even real videos. And some of them kind of disguise themselves as news videos, like it's happening in the world kind of thing. And they don't always label that it's AI or for entertainment purposes or whatever. And so people actually start believing it. And it's fake. Or you have the other way around, and nobody believes any of the videos because they believe they're all AI or fake news. And then sometimes they might actually be the truth and be real. So we've gotten into a world where we have so much technology and information, we don't even know what's real anymore. And it's very hard to determine what's the truth and what's not the truth. Even news journalists and whatnot. It used to be, it didn't matter uh, whose side or whatever. It wasn't a matter of sides. It wasn't a matter of parties. It wasn't a matter of nothing. They were tasked with reporting truth. What's going on? They didn't get paid off. Okay. But now we're in a world where corporations own government, government and corporations own news media. And if News media wants to throw out a story and the corporation says no because it's going to make us look bad or cost us money, then it doesn't get told, even though it's the truth. It used to be, if this corporation was dumping toxic sludge into our water, a journalist could do a research report and put it on the news, and change would be created. Okay, we would fight to stop that sludge from entering into our water, destroying our environment, whatever. This is just one example. But now what happens is the corporation buys out the news media and shuts them up, and we won't even know it's happening. And if you don't know it's happening, then how can you try to stop it? That's kind of where we're at today. That's the issue with AI. That's the issue with digital and money, corruption. You hear about the penny shortage. Who could have foreseen that? I'm going to shut up or we'll never get to the game. Yes, I've actually driven by like McDonald's and whatnot, and they have signs on the windows that saying that there's no more pennies. They're not making pennies anymore. And so everything's being rounded up or down. So I have issues with that too, in a sense, depending on how the business wants to handle it, rounding up or down. Of course, we would all rather they round it down, right? That way we're paying less. But there's going to be instances where they round it up and you're paying more. If my bill is, I'm just going to throw a number, $10.53, or we'll say 43 cents, and they want to round it up to 50 cents. I'm paying more technically than what it's supposed to cost, and that's cheating the people. That's basically stealing. All because you don't want to make pennies. But it's like, why am I paying more? Because you don't want to make pennies. Someone who still bends over to pick up a penny off the ground. I'm offended that he thinks the value of a penny is face value. I got tons of pennies everywhere, honestly, and I guess now I can't use them. But I feel you should be able to use a penny in a vending machine. But we should get what we're owed, period. We're in the government shutdown, and government employees are not getting paid, except for the ones who have shut it down. That's Republicans and Democrats. As far as I'm aware, both parties are still being paid. But if you are a government employee, you're not getting paid. Why are they getting paid, but we're not? That doesn't make sense. If the government shut down, none of them should get paid. Not even the President of the United States should get a dime. None of them. Supreme Court shouldn't get a dime or a penny. They should get nothing. If we're closed down, any government employee in every branch of government should not get paid until we're out of the shutdown. Period. I guarantee you, if that was the case, we wouldn't be in a shutdown right now. We'd actually get some stuff done. The value of a penny is face value multiplied every day. It's circulation. I've seen circulating pennies 50 plus years old. Yeah. And there's people who, they collect all kinds of coins. You can actually go into stores where it's a coin collection kind of store and whatnot. But real quick, I want to get back to banks because I was talking about that and then I got sidetracked. This video talking about it. Anybody who's ever bought a house is familiar. Okay. So you apply for the loan, get the loan, they run their numbers, they give you a monthly payment. Your payment, I'm just gonna throw a number out there. $1,500 a month. Okay, that's your mortgage payment. That's the amount you have to pay. So then the following year, you get a thing in the mail telling you, they don't really call you anymore. They send you a thing in the mail. And I think by some chance they also kind of hope that you miss it in the mail and then you get nailed with penalties and shit. But anyways, um, they tell you due to a shortage, you owe more money. Um, I can't remember the exact example in this particular video, but she paid like over $2,000 for mortgage, and then they told her that she was over $5,000 short that year. She's like, wait a minute, this is the amount you told me to pay, and they're like, correct. This is the correct amount, right? That is correct. But you're telling me that I didn't pay enough last year. They're like, that's correct. But I paid what you wanted me to pay. That's correct. So it's set up for you to potentially have to pay more later. So she had two options. She could pay the $5,000, or her mortgage payment would go up to almost $3,000 a month. And I've had similar. You can get it has to deal with escrow and stuff like that. You can get a shortage, or you can get a surplus. Okay, at a surplus, they will send you a check of this much money. Okay, and it's usually not that much. And then a shortage, they want you to pay it, or your bill goes up. What happened to me was not quite as extreme as this person's example, but we had gotten a surplus, and we deposited the money, we used the money. Following year, they said we were in a shortage, and they wanted us to pay money or increase our payment. And so it's like, well, shit, we should have just kind of kept that money and used it, you know. And I guess a lot of it has to deal with taxes and insurance and things going up and down and whatnot. But this is my belief, and maybe you agree or maybe not. When I sign the papers for that loan, it's a contract. And so if I sign, I'm paying $1,500 a month for my mortgage. That's how much I pay. There shouldn't be a shortage the next year. There shouldn't be, you have to pay this amount of money or your mortgage goes up. Because if you ask me, that's a breach of contract. I agreed that I'm going to pay this much money, and that I got this loan for this much money. This is the amount of interest and all that mess, and this is my payment. And it should stay that way until the loan is paid off. It shouldn't matter if insurance and taxes go up or down, because that's a binding agreement. Although I'm sure if you do read the small print, it will tell you that, you're agreeing to, the prices going up or down and whatnot, and your payments fluctuating. But it shouldn't be that way. When you buy a house, it should be binding. This is what you're paying, period. It doesn't matter what changes. It doesn't matter if the value of the house goes up or down either. It should stay this way. Give me just a second. My dog is barking about something. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. There wasn't even anybody at the door. She barking like somebody there. Nobody there. I don't know what her deal is. Dogs are. Oh, maybe it was a ghost. You pay minimum balance, and that means you owe a lot more. Handshake deal isn't worth the paper it's printed on. Dog saying time for Oblivion. It is time for Oblivion. Let's do it. All right. Enough talking about money and how we get cheated. Let's move on to Oblivion. Try to make some more money and be cheated. All right, so we have made it to level 20, and we are rocking our ebony armor and well, Umbra ebony armor and the Umbra sword. Um, for the most part, from what I've read, we pretty much have the strongest gear in the game for the most part. Definitely the strongest armor. I don't think there's any armor that's stronger than this. I don't think, but we'll still keep an eye out. As far as Umbra goes, base damage, it's pretty much the strongest, with the exception of Goldbrand, which we haven't found yet. It's a katana. It has fire damage to it, which basically makes it stronger than Umbra. Okay, so that's really the only difference. Umbra's base damage is better than Goldbrand, but it doesn't have any enchantment on it that causes more damage. So that's the only difference. Right? So this is what we're going to probably be using for the remainder of the game, unless I decide that we're going to do something more towards cosmetics, and maybe we'll even mix and match armor. Do something like that. All right, so speaking of which, I do have stuff that I'm going to sell. We are kind of looting here. I found this broken shield just from exploring in a cave. It's a quest item. I can't get rid of it, and I don't know where the quest starts. So we're just kind of holding on to it to the meantime. I plan on enchanting this, but enchanting costs money. So you have the candles, you have to have your skill up to a certain level, and then you have to have money. I guess, it's like alchemy, you got to sacrifice something. Equivalent exchange, right? And so, yeah, I got some various stuff here. I'll probably sell this. I don't think we, um, and then we got that just in case. I did enchant the boots. Where are they? Here. With feather for 125 points, which is part of the reason why our carrying capacity is 490. So I did kind of have the question, we've been going into dark caves and whatnot using the light ring. I even put it up on the circle so that we can see. Some places are a little dark. But I always wondered, well, can the enemy see the light? And for the most part, I haven't really noticed anybody really noticing the light. But from what I read, because I did search online, yes, they can see the light. You're more likely to be detected with it on. So if that is true, we do have Night Eye ring. A ring for Night Eye, which Night Eye is not detectable. It just means you can see in the dark. There's no light or nothing. However, the difference is, you see the brightness here. Okay. Then if I put on the Night Eye and light ring off, it's not as bright. Okay. And it's not quite as clear either. We are in a ruin. This is where we last stopped. We're just exploring. And if we collect some more alien statues, that's great too. Oh, he got me first. Vampire. Alright, so I gotta watch out for them traps. And we apparently got vampires. We gotta make sure we don't become a vampire as well. That being said, I gotta get used to the buttons. I'm still pushing Skyrim buttons here. I do have a cure disease spell. I just don't have the restoration skill to use. So we have 2 cure disease potions. So if we were to be infected by vampirism, it probably would be a smart idea to not sleep and to wait until we're done with the dungeon, then use it. That way you don't end up getting it again. You have some ebony arrows. We'll take that. Oh, she's got an ebony longsword. Take the elven arrows. I guess we take the dust and maybe collect it and sell it. We don't really need the rest of this. Alright. What about this? That is a glass bow we can sell. And an ebony arrow. Elven arrow. Let's have a look here. So we now picked up an ebony longsword, which is a 16 base damage, 44 weight, compared to Umbra, which is a 21 damage, and Umbra has no weight. Is that a bug? The now quest item? Why is Umbra got no weight? See if we can drop it. Why I saved it. It says we can't remove Umbra because it's a quest item. What quest? I don't have a quest for Umbra. So, the Umbra armor are not quest items because they weigh something. But they are ebony, and they look exactly like ebony armor. But Umbra the sword is a unique ebony sword, so it does not look like the ebony longsword. I thought I was equipping it. I hit the X button. Okay, maybe the game is just bugging out. Take off the shield for a moment. With the broken shield. Only has a 1 defense. Gives us a chance to look at the sword. I like it to a degree. The guard seems like it's a little thick. It almost looks like plastic sword, to be honest with you. See how thick that guard is? Probably adding a lot of weight to it. Same thing with the pommel on the bottom. The sheath is okay looking. I still think Umbra probably looks better. $16, $44. Umbra definitely looks better. And stronger and has no weight because it's a quest item. I have a feeling, because technically speaking, you're supposed to kill Umbra through a quest, which I did not start. kind of a task for a Daedra. Um, I killed Umbra and took the gear, and that considered it a murder, which is why I had the Blade of Woe. He wanted me to become Brotherhood, and I told him no, and he said, "Here's this dagger, just in case you change your mind." So I can't drop that either because it's a quest item. So 10 to 1, if I was to start that quest and then probably instantly finish it, then Umbra would probably have weight. I would be able to drop it. But if you want to be technical, Ink, if you collect weapons, maybe even armor, that are quest items, so they have no weight, if you don't finish those quests, you could play just about the whole game with armor and weapons that don't weigh nothing. Umbra is like the strongest sword in the game, and it weighs. And 10 to 1, if it did, it'd probably be about the same as the sword. So I could technically use that to my advantage. Some Indiana Jones shit. I see the difference with the night eye. It not as clear. It's a little blurry. What made that? Oh, I didn't get sealed in. Vampire Scout. Are you really trying to get me from down there? A little bit of network lag here. Somebody sees, or maybe not sees me, but hears me.
Must have been the wind.
I hear them, but
Whatever it was, it's gone now.
question is,
Why won't you die?
pride. Um, are they?
Who's there?
They in the wall?
Killing you. This was the last mistake you'll ever make.
Vampire thief. Got a bow too. Shot him in the knee. He took an arrow in the knee. I can't see this person, but they might be cloaked. So what we could do... See? Down here. Find them for me, boy. The bones. Elven Caress. I mean, we could, but we don't want to increase our weight. Ah. They're apparently locked in there. rest. We're over encumbered already. Get rid of these battle axes. They're not worth that much. Not even locked. Alright, so that leads down. See what is around. You know, I will say one thing that's a little bit different between the ruins, forts, and whatnot in Oblivion compared to Skyrim is in Oblivion, they're usually big, empty rooms. You ever notice that? We've been playing Oblivion, and there's a bunch of big, empty rooms, and you look at it and you're like, well, what was this room used for? And you can't really tell. There's nothing to really indicate what the purpose of the room necessarily was for. Whereas in Skyrim, it's a little bit better decorated, and you can kind of tell, okay, well, this was a bedroom. You know, this was a throne room or a treasure room or, you know, something along those lines. But, like, I'm looking at this, and I'm kind of like, well, what is the purpose behind the design of this ruin? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I've noticed that kind of with some of the other ruins that we've been into, and forts especially. It doesn't really look like it was designed for a purpose or something. You're saying they're designed and improved from Elder Scrolls 4 to Elder Scrolls 5? There's some improvement, yeah. Ooh. Our knight. You would infect me. Poison of catastrophe. No, not poisoned. An elven ceremonial helmet. Only one defense. Wait. It's only worth 1 gold? See, I look at that and I'm like, okay, is that actual armor junk? Or is this like a item that I might need put on a statue or something to open something? I honestly don't know. Let's grab it just in case. A Daedric sheet. Sell that. Down. I can't use my telekinesis spell yet either, I don't think. I don't have the magicka for it yet. So we get to play with the bow again. What arrows were you? Elven arrows. That's all right. Let's see if we can. Hopefully. Oh no. Got it. Any of my arrows fall? No arrows. Let's do it. I hit the wall. After long, earnest hours of practicing jumping and controlling falls, you become a journeyman of acrobatics. Less fatigue to jump. Yay. How about you give me my stone? I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to get this one. Ooh. Boy, they really poorly designed this, didn't they? Why would you design it so you hit your head? Because they don't want you to get the stone, that's why. Oh well, I'm not going to sit here and waste all my time on that. Alright, that's where I came from. Arrow. I should be able to get that right there. I can get that mark. Well, that one fell down. Look. Alright. I think we've got them all. I pushed that button. Didn't hear or see nothing. Maybe if we go back to the other room, maybe something happened. Aha, stairs. Alright, let's see. If I have any old... Not pills. Alright, so we have a door to another room. What do we have? I have an enemy nearby, but this thing. Can't open it. My door closed. Alright, so there was a wolf in there with the switch. But open this back up. That was the only point. Okay? Alright. Moving on. Something. Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Your death. Pilgrim. I actually find it kind of contradicting to have a vampire pilgrim. Because a pilgrim is like a white mage. And healing magic hurts the undead, doesn't it? Oh, we get to shoot some more stones here. I don't know, you think magic will knock it off? It does, so we can save on arrows. We can save our arrows by using that. I don't know if they can open that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that one. I think it fell in the middle and got stuck. Yeah, can't even. We hope it would be this side. Don't think they're gonna let. Shame we can't climb or have a levitation spell. Alright, we'll do it manually. Hope there's something good in here. Yeah. Could be better. Alright, we got that. Is that it for the stones? Alright, so now we're going this way. They're on the other side of the door there. Two of them. They're cloaked. It really is a shame you can't shoot an arrow through that hole. I mean, you really should be able to. Now, if I can get them to kind of phase through the door, then I can hit them, but I can't shoot through the door. Vampire Dark Hill. I can't even shoot magic through. I can't even cast a familiar on the other side either.
Come here. Do your work.
He stays on this side.
Warming up, you pathetic worm.
There he is, right? He's going after the other one. Arrow of silence, huh? Two of them. Vampire monk. Our bard just, I'm about to say, just walking away.
You're pathetic.
I wonder if there's like a story behind vampires that are in. Seen quite a variety of them here. Monks, pilgrims, bards. My question is, if I take the night eye off, how bright is it in here? Not that bad, honestly.
Hello? Who's there?
Vampire orc?
Who's there? Huh? Damn rats. Always skirting around in the shadows. Be jumpy. Let's get this over with.
Vampire patriarch. Where are you? Daedric gear. Daedric boots, Daedric caress, Daedric greaves. And the claymore. Have a look here. Definitely overweight now. Alright, so Daedric boots are a 5 defense compared to my 4 defense on ebony boots. Caress is 11 compared to 13. So the Daedric equipment is actually stronger than the ebony. Fair hammer here. Versus 11. Also weighs more. But it looks kind of demonic, don't it? It's kind of similar, as far as Skyrim goes. The two strongest materials are the Daedric and the Dragon Bone. Obviously, dragons aren't really a thing in this. This is not Skyrim, so we don't have dragon equipment. We still have the Daedric. So Daedric is supposed to be like the strongest gear in the game, but it looks evil, and the Daedra were mostly evil. So it's kind of interesting that the strongest equipment in the game is technically evil. All right, so the Greaves are an 8 versus 6. I'll put the Greaves on. Well, have the shield. Okay, Daedric's shield is 17 versus Umbra's shield of 13. Okay. Now, the Daedric boots are better. However, if I put that on, I'm going to lose the enchantment for the Umbra boots, the feather 125. So I'm going to hold off on switching boots until we can put stuff in storage and sell things and whatnot. We still need the gauntlets. Haven't gotten the gauntlets yet. We do need to drop some. All right, so Daedric Claymore, we're not going to use a two-handed sword, but it's worth money. Okay? So we're going to hold on to it to sell it. Meantime, we're going to get rid of the glass bow. Get rid of the staff of finishing. Still got a lot more to get rid of. Well, if I cast feather, will we still be over encumbered? No, we're not over encumbered anymore. We are at 619 of 60. That's pretty good. All right, let's see. We do not have room for it. All right, so this is worth 14. The dagger here is only worth 12, so we might have to get. But that's probably not going to give us enough room either. Get rid of the Ebony War Axe. I think the other thing that bothers me in Skyrim's the same way, but I guess you kind of have to some degree, is they reuse maps. You know, a lot of the forts and dungeons, they all look the same. Other than the layout might be slightly different. Like, this room looks a lot like the room we killed Umbra in, even here, because that's kind of where we were when we fought Umbra. We stood right here where we're on a ledge where she couldn't get to me, and we shot her with a bow over and over and over. So it'd be nice to see a little bit more difference. You know, my house that I live in now might look like other houses here in the community, but it doesn't look like your house. Let me make sure I'm not been infected. We have been infected. We are going to need to use our potion. Alright, so now we should not be infected. You're not, woohoo. Alright. We came in this way. That's the only way out. How do I get up there? So it is a dead end. Alright, so you come up here, and then you go through here. Okay. Alright, we're good. We're good. Sometimes you get disoriented. Oh, I see where I am. Huh. Tell me I gotta jump. Don't see any other option here. Huh? You can do that. Hope I went the right way. Bet you I didn't. Matter of fact, where's the vampire's body? It was a vampire. I killed a vampire right there and the body disappeared. All right. So we survived. All right, we're gonna go to Coral. That's where our newest house is. So we're done decorating our house at the waterfront, Imperial. That's our poorhouse with a nice view. We're done with the house in Bruma. Still working on the Mage's Tower, still working on our castle, and still working on this house. All right. We're gonna sell that, but I'm gonna hold on to the longsword. We'll put that in store. We will sell the dagger. We need the dagger since I have one. We are going to put that in storage. I don't know if we're gonna need this. It's only got a 2 weight, so we'll probably sell it. Not gonna get much money for it. So that's considered a quest item too. Okay. Go ahead and put our Umbra boots in storage and wear our Daedric ones. Alright, now we just need the gauntlets and the helmet. We'll have a complete set. Alright, let's go sell some stuff.
A pleasure to speak. Please, go on. What can I interest you in?
Price 70. That worked. Try to go. Let's see. I'm gonna hold on to the 2 rings.
You're trying to drive me out of business.
Am I?
You need to make a better offer. You need to make a better offer.
Alright. a little bit of money on that the vampire dust.
A fine transaction. I appreciate your
Let's see what she has to sell. I didn't really look.
interest you in some of my wares.
Stuff I sold her for fun.
Farewell.
I will never forget your brave rescue of my daughter. What can I do for you today? Let's do business.
Give me just a sec. All right. Let's see here. I think I sold everything that I need to sell. Keeping the arrows. We're going to put the ring. We're gonna hold on to the ebony rings. They don't weigh that much. We really do have a lot of potion.
That's a good deal.
Is it? I think we got 4,000. We can buy two things. Servants' quarters. Can I actually get servants then?
A fine bargain for you. Thank you. Come again.
Now I'm out of money.
Nice seeing you.
See how easy it is to run out of money. Let's see what difference houses make.
Sure, I saw Weynon Jermaine. He acted like he didn't know me, though.
Interesting.
And oh, there's a dining room. I did get a kitchen. But I don't see a kitchen. There's a dining room upgrade too. I have a feeling this is like the bedroom and this is the servant's room. Alright, so this is just a suite. That's not much of a kitchen down there. That's what they're trying to say. Trying to tell me this is a kitchen? Well, how do you cook? You have a dining room table and you got your wine. There's no kitchen. This is not a kitchen. Tiles are buried in one kitchen area on the lower level that will be promptly delivered to your home. Said areas contain cupboard, barrel, table, stool, candle holder, assorted pottery, other goods trade, stone throw from the great oak. One cupboard, one barrel, one table, one stool. This is the kitchen. Am I going to cook food over that candle? Is that what I'm going to do? I'm going to cook over the lit candle? That's a sorry excuse for a kitchen. Dining room's okay. That's fine. Really, this mess should be part of the dining room, and there should be actual food on the shelf, and it not just be an empty shelf. You know, there's some wine in here, so that's not too bad a deal. I think Bethesda needs to work on some things. They don't know what a kitchen is.
I'm
Hello
your
there.
relief. My feet are killing
What's going
me.
on with you?
I ran into some goblins in the woods not long ago. Nasty little beasts.
I avoid those things whenever I can.
Good day.
Take care.
All right, let's see if we can go in one of these other houses. All right, we're gonna save just in case. Piss somebody off. I've had it before where I went into a house that you could go into and got nailed with trespassing, even though it said I can go into it. All right, so this is another house in the area. A nice little sitting room with books on the bookshelf. I guess this is like a little seating room. That's a back door out of here. Dining room. Okay. A little bit fancier than ours. They actually have some stuff in there. But once again, there's no kitchen. They're probably calling this the kitchen. Not a kitchen. All right, we go upstairs.
Greetings, Breton. Go ahead, please.
Got nothing to...
Be seeing you.
We're just checking things out. All right, we can't go in the second floor. We go up here. He's got 3 floors. Can't go on the 3rd floor either. He must be pretty rich. But no kitchen. I guess that means we're supposed to go to the inn or the tavern to eat all our meals.
I've always been happy with weapons I've bought there. I've heard others say the same. Take care.
That's the Fighting Guild and Mage Guild. Alright, we're at 290 over 410, but take the ring off. $365. We probably should keep the ring on. Alright, we've pretty much finished exploring up in here. That's a Daedric that once we have to do something before we can get a quest or whatever from them. I'm not in any big hurry to do that. We went along the Orange Road. We have not gone down this way or down the Red Ring Road yet. So we'll probably do that, then we'll try to start heading our way down here. So let's start at the Oblivion Gate that we closed. Alright. Now we just need to find our way back to the road. Even though the map kind of made it look like we were on the road. Doesn't it make it look like we're on the road? Whee. Well, that's right, my horse died. I don't have a horse. So we're walking, but we want to go south. We'll go this way. Well, I tell you, anybody who would run like this, sure enough, be tired. He's an enemy, but he's chasing the deer.
Die, damn you!
Hey! Who are you? Why are you not interested in killing me, but you're hostile towards me? Didn't even tell me what his name is. The bandit. Okay, so I will not feel bad about hurting you. They need to work on the favorite circle thing. It bounces around a little bit too much.
Do your worst.
Take the arrows. That poor deer ever do to you? Alright, let's try to back down here without breaking our neck. Here. I'm gonna try to avoid. The relatively quick way to go down. I think the bear is hostile. A town or something. Bleaker's Way. Can't go down that way though. There he is. 19 arrows. Alright, we need to try to find a, Wow. He fell down the mountain towards the town. I think that's the Oblivion gate we're at. We're probably going to have to just fast travel there. Make it easier. Without falling down the mountain. All right, we got Anga. Been there. We have not been to Anga yet. Still Hollow, I think we right there, yep. Then there's a village, 162 versus 36. Is that a enemy? Yep. Now I call bullshit. They cheated. You see that? So we jumped up in the air. Their bow was still aiming straight where we weren't at no more. We're here. Okay, the arrow was going here. We're up here. Okay. It should have shot the arrow underneath me, but instead it had like aimbot or whatever, and went straight up to me, even though the bow was not even pointed at me. Another bear, I think. Ooh. So how do I get into Enga if the door is blocked? Intriguing. Other entrance? You can't squeeze in there. Might be another entrance somewhere. Huh. Or maybe it has something to do with the story or a quest. For you.
Do your worst.
Quick. Here. Don't run away. He's an Imperial Legion Forester. Hey. He's not very talkative. He's kind of an introvert, I guess.
You dare oppose the might of the Imperial Legion? You. I've seen your kind before. You've got blood on your hands. Keep your blade sheathed, you murdering bastard, or I'll put you down myself.
Really?
Go ahead.
My maximum disposition's 58 with this person? Wow.
Anvil is all in an uproar. First the chapel attacked, now the prophet. Long live the Empire.
Okay. Well, I don't know how to get into Enga, so we will move on. Going. And we have a troll in the dungeon. Thought you'd ought to know. Outline. Hold itself. Alright. Where are we at? Okay. You have the town of Bleaker Way that way. Came from there. Bleaker Way. Question, is there a road that leads to it? Oh no. Thief stone. Marked by a special fate, you rule your destiny. You choose to steer by the stars of the... Alright, so I think that changes your birth sign. But we're not really a thief, so we don't really want that birth sign. Alright, we're gonna do some trailblazing and head towards Bleaker's Way. Even though there might be a road that leads to it, we're just not 100% sure where that road is. We're just following compass point. Oh, we found it. A graveyard. We should first look for an inn or something. Ulfgar's family house. They even have an inn. Oh, there's the inn. Woohoo, there's an inn. Interesting design. Not a huge inn.
May the wind be on your back. Go ahead, please. Well, it's no problem traveling from the Imperial city to Leowin. If you're a wizard and can walk on water, I'd stay off the roads, though. Yes? I doubt it. You win this one. What a wonder... You should be ashamed.
You should be ashamed.
Goodness. What can I say? I doubt it. You've got a point. That's enough. You're revolting. Please. I doubt it. You win this one. Ugh. What a wonderful... I doubt it. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
She's not giving me an option to stay the night.
Bye.
That's a little suspicious. So there's beds all the way up in the attic. And they're giving me an option to sleep without paying for an inn. So it's like a free inn. Which doesn't make sense. He doesn't give me an option
Go ahead.
to pay for it either.
You too.
What happens if I sleep this inn for free? We'll find out. Alright, we're still alive. Nothing has happened. It's supposed to be this way? Or was this an oops? Alright. Now morning. People should be waking up pretty soon. I haven't really seen like a road into here. Let's start talking to people. Hi.
What can I do for you? Those who live by the commands of the Nine receive blessings of strength when they visit way shrines of Uriel Septim. Take care.
What? Make sure not to eat nightshade. It's very poisonous. Farewell.
Or they don't really have much to say.
Yes? Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kavach, aren't you? The one that closed the Oblivion Gate and saved the city? Bye.
Most of them are dark elves. Dunmer.
Go ahead, please. Everyone's saying there's trouble in Kavach. The whole town destroyed. Only a few survivors.
I know.
Be seeing you.
Yes? The Imperial city is located on a large island surrounded by Lake Brumar. Bye.
Wow, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 beds on the floor and 2 over here. I wonder what they got going on here.
What do you want? Where to buy weapons? Where to buy anything, if you can afford to travel, is the market district in the Imperial city. Goodbye.
I wonder if there's like a quest or something connected to the town. We have another Oblivion gate to the south. On the Red Ring Road, probably. We have an unmarked cave. Head towards the unmarked cave. What will be in this unmarked cave? Outlines. Rats. Arrow back here. Mountain lion. There's a bear up there. A bear. Which way do we want to go? Somebody made a campfire. Got a pearl. Really? Here, kitty, kitty. Oh, they got me. Okay, I need to level up my restoration anyways. Wait for our magic to heal. Always use some magic potions that I never use. Got a long ways to go. Another enemy somewhere. Must be another path back. Aha. Mountain lion. The door. I thought that door looked funny. Alright, that takes us through a loading screen. Went that way. The secret way. Which we've already been in. The dead bear. Another door over here. Probably leads to the same place as the other door. It'll be a circle. It's gonna be a circle. And we have a Spriggan. Here, I thought you were dead. You revived herself. Water down. Might be some tunnels or something inside the water. See a way to get to the inside. A bear. I think the bear just drowned. I think the bear drowned, y'all. First time I've seen an enemy drown before. Alright, so I'm gonna go and say that the other door probably takes me over here on this side. Question is, how'd the bear end up in the water to begin with? Well, I think I found the water. I think the Spriggan might have drowned too. Alright, so... That's how the bear got here. Now we can breathe underwater. Alright. I don't have to worry about drowning now. We came from here. All the fish. Fishy fish. Something over there. Ah. Might be something we can hear we can put in those gems. Not finding anything else. Sure about this? How do I get up there? No way you can make that jump. I didn't see any other tunnels or anything. Came from there. Treasure I got. No tunnel. I do have one idea. one idea, but we will see. Fingers crossed here. One idea. Not that. Or all right. I'm wondering if I could walk on top of the water. Would I find a space that I could jump it up there? Because I'm pretty sure we could not make that if we want. I don't think I could jump up on any of the ledges either. And I think I only have roll that allows me to walk on water. Damn it. Prepare some stuff while we're here. Oh, apparently I don't. I've already. Oh, I got a potion. Lasts for 90 seconds. Ooh, okay, here we go. Gonna try to run and jump too. Ooh, we made it. I didn't think we could make it. We had the potion just in case. All right, so we have a door, and we have a secret door. Treasure. I have enough. One way to find it. Alright, so we got a big tunnel over there. We have a door right here. And it changes the load screen. I'm partially afraid it's going to close behind me. Save. Another. Place is huge. Alright, we came from there. Another hidden. What? Making you think it. Oh, there it is. Are you kidding me? How is that bear alive again? I just killed that bear. Okay, so I made the jump, and I didn't have to make the jump at all. I could have just went this way. Way to go for improvising. Friggin'. Will-o-wisp. Another one. They don't weigh very much, so we could possibly make some money off it. Well, so much for going that way. Wonder what. I somehow don't think I'm supposed to be over here. I think Bethesda just did an oops. Gonna save it. Alright. So I don't think I'm supposed to be able to climb up either. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is like off the map. What do you think? I got my ring of light on and it's not really showing me anything. Yep, we're under the map. And it hurt us too. Where did it put us? Okay, so it didn't take us too far. That's kind of funny. Way to go. Look at that. Look. You think I would learn after a while? Okay, so we just made one really big circle. So I think we're going to choose the door now. I think we went everywhere we could go in there. Black Queen's Hall. Dum dum dum. That looks like probably one big circle, right? Have any helmet? Don't really need. Outline. Will-o-wisp. Want some of this too, Bear? Come and get it. It for up here. Go way down here. You have a tunnel that way. Tunnel that way. We have multiple tunnels. One here. One here. One there. We'll come back. Alright, so that's the other door. Okay, so that was the door. It's a big loop around. Now we could check out these hallways here. Tunnels. Hist. Hold still. Hold still, rat. Hidden door. Not wanting to open. Alright, that tunnel's clear. We've been down this tunnel. Yep, and cleared it. So how do we get this secret door or whatever to move? Alright, let's been down there. Okay. This is clearly one of those doors that moves, but not move. In a switch or nothing, but you can see that there's a tunnel behind it, and it looks like one of the ones that would open up just as I walk up to it, but it's not opening. Hmm. Alright, reloading didn't work. Clearly there is something there. See it on the map. Called Unmarked Cave. But I wish it would tell me what floor we were on. Wow. So, you're gonna like this. um, maps. Where we're going, we don't need maps. I'm just getting back to the stream, but it looks like a one-way thing. Bethesda loved having shortcuts back out of dungeons after defeating the boss. As I recall, almost every dungeon in... Okay, so basically from what I read is this path will take you back to the entrance. You drop down a hole, and it takes you down the entrance. Some people have found glitches and ways of going up the hole. There's from what they said, there's really nothing there. Okay, and other information I read is that in the original game you couldn't even enter this cave. It had a locked door that took a key, and the key was not in the game. So in other words, this cave was created for a quest that never got completed, and they never took it out of the game. So once again, Bethesda, what were you doing? You know, if you have a cave that's basically finished, why would you do that? You know, just if you decide not to do the quest, just remove the door and just let it be, you know, killing animals and getting loot or whatever. It's like, I don't know, I find that kind of silly. Reminds me of the Skyrim Civil War quest line that is completely broken. Yeah, and I think some mod creators found a way to fix it, and they used a mod or something. Just like I always thought, if you play Skyrim vanilla and you follow the main quest line and the blades, you have to kill Parthenax. But if you download a mod, you can tell the blades no, and they accept it. Reluctantly, they accept it. It doesn't make sense to kill Parthenax since he helped you. He was basically your friend. So sometimes modders have to fix the games. I also read somebody apparently just kind of spammed the jump button and it opened. Apparently the switch is on the other side of the rock. Something. Now, as you can see, I'm spamming. It's not doing me any good. If this was on, if I could play this on PC, which my PC can't handle this, I would just use console commands to either disable the door or walk through it. But it looks like we're not going to get through there, which is unfortunate. From what I read, a lot of people were disappointed because the name of the hall kind of made people think something was going to be there, and there's nothing there. Black Queen's Hall. There's no Black Queen. Now, I'm assuming because there's a lot of bears, it could have been like a black bear, but a really big black bear. Queen of the Bears or something. But they dropped the ball on that one. You opened up for me one time before. It doesn't want to open now. If it's right in line, all these dungeons are empty, grumble earlier. Yeah. I don't know why that one door is not wanting to open now. That's how you technically get through. There it goes. Where's the hole? That's supposed to be the hole? Another hole. And another hole. I don't know. Or have like a Queen Spriggan or something. Alright, let me see here. We have Finger Bowl Cave that way. By the road. That's it at the moment. I think there was a Oblivion gate somewhere in this area too.
Have mercy. Just one coin.
Already given you coins.
A pleasure to speak. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Not really.
A fine transaction. That's more than I usually pay. Another satisfied. Bye.
We got 21 ebony arrows. I am going to need some soul stone so I can charge my weapons here. Hey, Larian, thank you for that prime sub. 21 months. Goodness gracious. Appreciate that. Alrighty, let's have a We have Enga that we can't go into because they have that door blocked as well. But that might be something we're going to run into later. Maybe it'll be moved or whatever. I know they've done stuff like that before in RPGs. Oh, we need to sleep too. Level up. At some point, we need to go get another horse. Thief stone. Another. Alright, we got Oblivion Gate over here. We got ruins over here closer. Therson. How you would pronounce. You are an enemy. You did it to me again.
Today, you die. Today, you die.
Well, we can definitely sleep. Level up. That door's not blocked. I wonder what's up there. Take a 4-hour nap. All right, let's do luck. Get luck up a little. We need more maximum magicka. All right, we'll do personality since. All right, let's see what that is up there. Oh, the main road. Okay. We'll deal with that later. Crap.
Who's there?
You sound like the weapon store owner.
Hi there. The prettiest town in Cyrodiil? Don't know. But the ugliest is Breton.
Hello?
Shaggy, tumble down
Who's there?
Big shacks. Yeah! Take care.
Now we're over income. I need to get feather on my new boots. Alright, let's up that air. Claymore's worth more money. So.
What's going on? Hello, who's there? A couple of mud crabs not long ago. Annoying creatures. Nasty creatures, but I get the meat is rather tasty.
Good night.
Be seeing you. Hello, who's there? Where are you?
Treasure in there.
Hello, who's there?
Hi. Boy, some heavy-duty bandits here.
Hack you to pieces.
Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby gonna cry?
Here you go. Oh. Goodness. These guys are tougher. Ebony dagger. Ebony bow. way that way. Ringleader. He thinks he's the predator. Aggressive ranger. And then he's got elven stuff. Maze of the blade. A mace of the blade. Of the. Alright, now we're definitely going to have to look and choose here. Alright, so that's a 13 defense. Or excuse me, a 4 defense, but it has chameleon on it and worth some money. This fire, frost, and shock, its defense is 5 compared to my 17. But it's worth some money, so hold on to that. Up the glass claim. Alright. Have not gone through that one door. All that's here. All ruined. Okay, well, we got some stuff we can sell anyway. Alright. Gonna try to sell some stuff.
How do you do?
I hope I can help.
I hope so.
Perhaps you need new armor. A weapon. I have a large selection of both.
You don't have any weapons. Alright, so the bow of lightning is an ebony bow. I can sell the ebony bow. Don't need the ebony dagger, so I can sell that.
That's a good deal.
I don't use maces.
That's a fair deal.
Sell the caress of the ranger.
A fine transaction.
Last caress.
That seems a fair price. Thank you for your business. Be seeing you.
Well met.
All right, let's see. Let's see if we can repair our stuff. Ooh. All right, that is all the time we have left. Thank y'all for coming and watching. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that follow button. Don't forget to turn on notifications. Plan to be back tomorrow playing Ghost of Yotai. Up on by. Valerian, thank you for that subscription. Appreciate the support. Y'all have a great day.